The Rodriguez Show.
And we are back on the Rodriguez Show, and we have our second guest for the episode, returning for the third time from Weapons of Mass Creation, our friend Solitude. What's up, man? How's it going?
Chilling, bro. I'm posted.
Yeah.
Just grinding and everything.
I feel you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Shout out to all Weapons of Mass Creation at WOMC 714. But if they want to follow you, they can follow you at SOLI Soli WOMC. Yeah, man. It's been, you guys were here last year, one of our first guests when we started having guests again. So thank you for returning almost a year later, man.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Oh, one real quick. It's Soli.
Soli.
So it's Soli, and I'm going by Soli now.
Soli now? Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
It's just like solitude has a very particular connotation. Like when you see solitude as a word, it harkens on this melancholy or like sullen idea of a person, right? Like downtrodden, solitude.
I feel you.
So I was like, everyone in the band, they would always call me Soli. They would just call me Soli. Like it was quick nickname. It started off as a joke, and then they started using it as a nickname. So I just was like, I mean, what does Smino mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
It's like Soli just gives me the ability to create any type of like music I feel like I can create instead of like being boxed in.
That's cool, man. Well, that's awesome that you changed it, and you feel more comfortable in this.
Yeah, hell yeah, exactly. It's like, it's also like shedding the old skin, getting the new skin on. That's just always gonna be fucking beautiful and like más brillante. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when did you come to that realization?
I feel like this was like between last year and this year. Honestly, as you all know, it's been a blur. Like, it could have been last year. It could have been in 2019. It could have been.
No, but I feel you. I mean, I feel like these past couple of years have been a time of transformation. And that's cool, man. Well, Soli. Well, thank you for making that clear. And Soli, WOMC. That's where they can follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, and then you asked how it's been coming back.
Yeah, performing. I think everything's open up.
Yo, it's been really beautiful. We've done, I think, 5 shows. Mm-hmm. So we just did a show at San Diego Pier, and that was cool. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. It was right at the edge of the pier. It was for the Tacos and Beer Fest. And then before that, we did a few shows. So, we needed it. We didn't realize how much we needed the stage. There's just something about, giving the art to people and then having that, bounce back to you, right? When you perform, it's such a therapeutic thing, right? It's like I'm talking, I'm being vulnerable, I'm doing these things to a lot of people that are looking at me, and they're taking it, and it's really just therapeutic, and it's like cathartic. You just release after that because you connect with people, and you just feel this synergy. Like when you go to a concert, that's the thing. There's all these artists and people will always say, "Oh, I don't know, they just have it," and that it is that ability to capture the people by giving them your truest, honest emotions, right? Because art is music is art, and then art is transcendent off any boundaries or language. Art is just it's at its best and its purest. It's just expression,
And you feel that when you're in your element, you're performing live. Do you feel like this is? Do you always crave that feeling?
I do, low key. I'd probably say that as a person who's tried a lot of, experimented with a lot of things and done a lot of shit. The high you get from performing, there's nothing like it. Yeah. And then because it's been dope these last 4 shows besides the Taco Fest, because it was a taco festival. Mm-hmm. So we didn't get as much people coming in to that we knew because it's in San Diego. So some of our homies didn't make it. So it was it was cool though. Some homies did make it, but the other shows were all sold out. Yeah. So it was that made it even more beautiful, right? To come back to a sold out show on a Monday was our first show at the Resident. Mm-hmm. Resident in LA. Yeah. So it was cool to go out, come out of nowhere feeling damn, we lost everything, pandemic, we didn't grow, this and that. And then you go to this first show and it's people are singing your songs, bro. And that's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And as a person there singing it to the artist, it also feels good. So it's that the energy you feed off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's tight, man. I can't wait to see you guys perform live again. Which you're performing at so many things this summer. Which ones can you talk about?
So I can talk about 2.
Okay.
So we're going to there's a big surprise that we're gonna announce coming soon.
Okay, yeah.
But besides that, we're gonna be doing a show at the LA Fair.
Okay, cool.
On the 16th
of this month, May.
Yeah, 16th of May, and then we're gonna be doing another show at the Hollywood Bowl, which is gonna be a festival. That's a Hollywood Bowl and the Ford Theater like combined to do this festival.
Nice.
So it's gonna be really fun. You know, like I always love festivals in the Hollywood Bowl area. It's just gorgeous. You know.
Yeah,
those stages are, they're really beautiful.
Yeah. It's amazing. You guys are gonna get to that point, man. How do you feel about that? Like,
it's honestly bewildering, and it's like you almost don't know what it do. Like, there's this weird, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like you're anxious because you're anxious to just fucking be there and be successful in the ways that you view success, but then you're also anxious about being, once you're successful, what will I do? And there's all these different things, and you're anxious because it's like, is my art even good enough to make it? Like, I feel like there's a lot of anxieties that, like, especially me, roll around, but then, you know, like, you kind of decipher it and you try to move forward, you know, and you're like, again, you forget that art is pure. So it's like, I feel we talked about it recently at the Paramount show. So that's the one we sold out. We had people coming in, and they had 50 tickets at the door. That's it. They said no more. And we had people that had to leave because those 50 tickets were bought in like 10 minutes.
Damn.
So that felt probably the most surreal, you know. And it was my birthday.
Yeah. Oh wow.
The day before, so we had like planned it as kind of a birthday show, and then it was probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced on stage, because we were out there, we were just chilling, we're vibing with the crowd, vibing with the energy of everyone, and then like at one point they started singing "Happy Birthday" to me, and it's crazy to have 300 something people all in a room packed up like sardines singing my birthday, you know. It's like, that's crazy. And I had a visual of little Soli like just being 12 with his little glasses writing raps. It's like,
look at you now.
Yeah, you know, it's like those little TikToks where they say, "This was me. This is me now."
Well, that's incredible, man. But one of the things that goes along with all these milestones is you know, the you got to take care of yourself in terms of mental health. And do you do that? Do you try to take time for yourself and you know, focus on yourself?
Yeah, I try pretty significantly. I try to write as often as I can. Sometimes for me, like I just get a lot of anxiety in different situations, so I'll just drive. And it's like, to me, driving is like just driving somewhere, parking, and then just throwing on some music. Or listen to a podcast, or if I feel like rapping, go to a freestyle, or if I feel like writing, find a beat to write to. So that's kind of
like how you.
That's kind of how I do it. I think I think therapy is really important. I have my own relationship with therapy, but I don't. I would say that I would always recommend people to try it. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. Yeah, because that's one of the things is like as you go up and think, the pressure's just going to get more, and you just got to take care of yourself first.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, speaking of the band, you guys are doing great things. You're achieving so many things. But one of the things, because you're here by yourself, I wanted to ask is how do you, when you create something, when you write something down, how do you know, like, this is for the band or this is for me? I
think, the way we create is, I think, really how it separates, right? So it's like, usually when they're like, so let's say today is a non-rehearsal day and we're just kicking it. These foods, Mo and Joe, will be in production, and so will the homie Haiku, who's also pretty much part of the band, and we'll have them all make a beat, right? Then we're all kicking it, and so it's like, we'll write. I always write to every beat that they make, like even if I know I'm not gonna be on it, even if I whatever, you know. So it's like I write that, and then and then if there's other people in the room and they write for it too, so then it's like, oh, this is going to be more of a band song because we're creating this in the space with everyone from the band.
I gotcha.
Versus like when I've gone to the studio on my own with them and we've worked on songs like, or like, sorry, or like when we what's that guy say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, no worries.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, like, or when we've gone to like, or when I've gone to other places, which has been a long time. I haven't recorded besides at the bands in a long time, but
So it's always in that headspace of creating as a group. So that's why it's like it works that way.
Yeah, and then at home I write a lot, so I write my own stuff more at home, and I can bring it to the band to record later on.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Have you ever have they ever like not used something for a song that you wrote for, and then you used it somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I get cut from songs often, which is good. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, whatever works for the best.
That's how I feel, because a lot of times I overwrite, so sometimes it's like, fool, you can't put all that on there. I'm like, oh, my fault, I lost train of thoughts, man. I need to count my bars, bro. I was counting it. I was counting it double time, so that shit was only 18, but now it's 36.
Like taking up the whole song. That makes sense. So that's cool, man, that you're creating stuff, like you said, writing stuff at home. And like I've seen you at all these events. You were at For the Fans. You came through to our 7-year anniversary party. Thank you for that. What do you think of like how the Orange County has come out of this pandemic and now we're doing these events again? How has that been?
Ooh, okay. Well, because I saw that the events I went to, that I also went to the Juice County event, the Juice Cella, so I was able to see a lot of people within the last few weeks, and it's like, should I be spicy? I'm gonna be a little spicy.
I mean, you don't have to say anything. We're not prompting you for that. Like whatever you want to say.
No, I know. I'm talking to myself. I'm being spicy. Well, I'll just say like, different events, you can feel different types of energy, and I think that that type of energy comes from the people that are performing, because the people that are performing have people that come to see them that are like them, right? Yeah. So it's like if you're going to a show that's more bougie and like self-absorbed, the people around them that listen to them are going to be self-absorbed, and it's like this idea that some people want to be rappers so they can tell everybody, oh, I rap, to like create an identity off that, and then like other people are artists who want to make music, right? And there's no in between of like how you measure what's better or what's worse. Like that's something I've learned over time, right? It's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you write not serious shit like I do, like you're bad. It's like, nah, bro,
it's different.
Yeah, but I feel like with all that, like I think there's a lot of talent within like the scene. I personally try to stay out of it as an artist. That's why I like going to these events, like kind of as a fly on the wall, because I just think there's a lot of ego and things that can happen within that, and like you never know who. Like it could be the next person I meet's my best homie now, or it can just be some shady person, and it's like I'm at kind of a point where I don't want to take the time to risk that,
Yeah, it makes sense, and then that's. I mean, even like with us, like you said, like with our event, like that's how I felt with all the performers and the crowd. There was like all these people are good people, so they're only going to attract good people. And so, yeah, man, I totally understand what you're saying about the energies and how it's not that one way is better than the other. It's just where you're comfortable.
Yeah, because like Juice Cella, there was white boys and Latinos saying the N-word type shit, bro.
That's something that I can't condone in any form. That's where we have our differences with,
like the fools that run the page, there's a little, they're cool. Yeah, I think the fools that actually run the page, they're pretty cool. They're dope. Yeah. But I think some of the artists that are affiliated with it are just kind of like corny, like they're just full of like ego and like, and they can't rap.
Well, that's the thing. I do see the Juice Unlocked page, and they do put on a lot of different people. Like you said, there's some people that you're just like, you're wondering why, but then there's other people like very talented, like our friend Deborah, Paul Bebop, stuff like that. Yeah. So they Juice Unlocked does give everybody kind of the opportunity, and that's kind of how I felt with it over the years. I was like, damn, they put on some people where I'm like, why is there somebody that's not supposed to be saying the N-word saying the N-word? So at the end of the day, like I can only choose who I put on here, and
so I feel that, and like there's nothing lost between me and them, like, and the band and them. Like we're cool with them, you know? But like you said, it's the people that sometimes get added to that. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like that fool hasn't even written raps in his life, bro. Like the whole like, because to me, this is not on some like ego type shit. This is my thoughts. Is like, the reality is I started writing when I was 12, bro, and I put a lot of time into it. A lot of tears, a lot of anger, a lot of feeling like I wasn't enough, right? And I'm not saying that you have to go through this journey to be a good artist. You can literally not do that and be a good artist, right? But I think there's a certain type of love you gain with music, and like that's why you create it, right? Because it gives you some type of comfort, some type of nurturing, and so that's what you want to give back through music. And when there's like certain people that make music for clout, it's automatically never about the feeling. It's never about the feeling because it's just about the way that they can look like they're cool. The way they
say that they're a rapper.
Yeah,
and that's it. Yeah,
and so it's like that's cool, like that kind of shit.
But at the same time, you're somebody that feels passionately about the music and the stuff you're creating. It is kind of like hard to accept that a lot of the time.
Yeah. I've had to learn how to grapple with that because sometimes I'm like, oh, that shit's trash, bro.
Yeah. And it's like insulting. Sometimes you're like, you consider this?
Yeah, bro. Like this was literally just said that he has a ghostwriter that he's only started rapping 4 months ago. How you gonna do that shit? Yeah. Like, how you gonna do that shit and expect me not to like respect that food? Like,
exactly.
I don't
know. So yeah, I mean, so before we move on to our Dope or Nope segment, who are some people that you do inspire you in the scene? You know, some peers around you that you're like, inspired by.
I mean, there's a few. There's like Tavi. I fuck with Tavi and like Sneaky Link. So my boy Ja'Cory, he was on the It Takes Two.
Oh, okay.
Like that boy, he inspires me. But Apollo Bebop's dope. We always talk with them. Well, there's a few other. Deborah is dope. She's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many people here that like we said, like there's a lot of like the other ones, but there's a lot of great people still making that good stuff.
Oh, the homie Cure. I missed that food. That was dope. Yeah. And then I wanna be back. Fuck. I forgot.
No, it's all good. Yeah. All right, so before we get to the freestyle, which we're excited about, let's do this Dope or Nope segment. So there's no timer on this. Just tell me how you feel about these different topics. Say Dope or Nope, and then elaborate a little bit on how you feel about them. We'll start with Las Vegas. Dope or Nope?
That's dope.
Yeah? You like going out there?
I think Vegas is pretty fun, but it's also not fun if you're broke.
That's true.
You can't go to Vegas without at least $300, like minimum.
Yep.
So it's like a dope if you're going with money. It's like a nope if you're going as a broke fool.
Don't even try to go. Pokemon Go.
I think it was dope, but I just never played it.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't have like at that time, like I wasn't really. I tried it, but I just didn't have the time and capacity to like
be walking around,
be doing it, and like. I know like some of the homies in the band, I know they did it for longer. Yeah. So I think it's dope. I mean, I grew up on Pokemon. I grew up on all the cartoons like all of us did. And like,
it's cool that I made a comeback.
Yeah. And I'm such a nerd, bro, with all that stuff. Like I love like all that shit. I still watch that shit sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
the Pokemon.
Like Pokemon or Digimon or things like I have a Digimon DVD I bought like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, bro.
Breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
that's dope. Yeah, it's dope. Frosted Flakes, bro.
The 5 freeway.
Trash. That shit's no. These motherfuckers have been building that fucking carpool lane for how long now, bro? It'll be ready this year.
There's all these lanes. And
it's like it'll be ready this year, next year. Like, bro, what does that mean?
Vegan food.
Yep, that's dope. Yeah, I think that vegan food's dope.
Yeah. And then last one, going for a run.
I can't really do that. Also, nope. Yeah, I have I was in a car accident when I was 19. I fractured my femur.
Oh, gotcha.
So like I have a rod in my leg and shit. And so recently, this last year has been kind of low-key's been kind of wild because I've had so I found out I had these compression fractures on my spine.
Yeah. Oh.
So essentially, we've been trying to figure out why I got them, but essentially I have 4 fractures in the back in my spine, and we've been trying to like find ways to like figure out what happened because we don't know what happened, but because of that, I'm just not able to really do as much running or jumping. I go to the gym though, so I lift weights and I like do what I can do and have capacity to do. Yeah. But I think running is fun. Yeah. I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't mean to.
Oh, no. You did. Don't even apologize. Yeah. I'm just saying it now because it's like, I can, like let a little people in on who I am and like what I'm going through,
Yeah, because it's true. Like you said, you're so many successes, but you're going through some stuff right now too. Physical pain.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I'm still here, and like one of the biggest growths I think I had within the last few years is understanding my most multifacetedness. Right, like. Before I used to feel like I'm sad, I'm depressed. That just means I'm always depressed. And when we said, "Oh, I'm or what," like, and now I realize it's like I'm such a multifaceted person. I think everyone is, right? So it's like I can laugh and have fun. I can be in this mode where like I see you and I'm laughing and like that's genuine laughter. That's genuine fun. Like I'm having a great time with you. But like I might leave after I had a great time with you and go back to my car, and once it's just me by myself, I'm in a sad mood now.
Yeah.
But it's like, that doesn't mean that I don't experience happiness, right? I think that
it's about the ups and downs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's dope to like just feel whatever you feel, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's great, man, and that's a beautiful, I think, a note to end on. Just feel, don't hide those feelings and go with the ups and downs. But real quick, let me shout out. We're about to be dropping a single on the 10th. Turmoil, May 10th. Oh my God, I can't believe that.
No, you're good.
Let's talk about that single before we even get to
that. So it's dope. It's gonna be a dope single. We worked on right now. We've been working on transposing it live and everything. I'm not gonna give too much away because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But it's gonna be a little more. I'll say that it's going to be on a little different than the last few releases.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's different. I mean, just even the aesthetic alone, just because we saw the artwork already, it looks like you're heading in a different direction. And we're always excited to hear new music.
Yeah. We got some stuff for y'all. We got some stuff for everyone. Like I'm really excited about the music we've been making recently, and that's like, that's why we're dropping. We're trying to get an EP out by the end of like July, August.
Nice.
So it's like we're trying to roll all these things out and like have ample time just to get everything going. But with Turmoil, we wanted to give some people the music fast, right?
Yeah.
That's like a little taster for everyone, so we can, and then we're gonna focus on the rollout of like every other song, right? But that Turmoil is a great song.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just we wanted to use that
as
the start. Yeah.
This is the beginning of a new chapter in Weapons of Mass Creation. And we can't wait. It comes out next Tuesday, May 10th. Turmoil, you can pre-save it now. If you're listening on Friday, you can pre-save it now. Just go to WOMC714 on Instagram, WOMC714. And you can follow Soli at Soli, WOMC on Instagram.